is a specialized financial investigation agency under the Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance. On 1st May 1956, an enforcement unit was formed in Department of Economic Affairs for handling exchange control laws violation under the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1947. The ED Director is appointed under Section 25 of the CVC Act 2003. The central government appoints a Director of ED on the recommendation of Selection Committee, which consists of CVC, Chairperson, Vigilance Commission, Commissioners, Secretaries to Ministry of Home Affairs, the Ministry of Personnel and Ministry of Finance in the central government. Recently, the 2 tenures granted to Director. The Enforcement Directorate beyond the fixed cut-off dates have been declared invalid by the Supreme Court. Recently, this news was the Director was allowed by the court to continue in office 31st July 2023 to initiate a smooth transition. What is the background of this issue? The present fact arises from the case of Jaya Thakur versus Union of India and others 2023, which was being heard by a 3-judge bench comprising of Justice B.R. Gawai, Justice Vikram Nath, Justice Sanjay Carol. In November 2001, 3 days before Director of ED, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Mishra was about to retire, 2 ordinances were promulgated amending the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1946 and Central Vigilance Commission Act 2003, DPSC Act and CVC Act are amended to give the government the power to extend tenure of the directors of CBI and ED after the completion of their statutory tenure of 2 years. After these amendments, the tenure of both CBI and ED directors could now be extended till the completion of 5 years from their initial appointment. Mr. Sanjay Kumar Mishra was recently given an extension of 1 year, which is the main contention of this challenge. The Common Cause versus Union of India 2021, the Supreme Court heard the challenge to extension of Mr. Mishra's tenure as ED Director for additional year after his initial 2-year tenure expired. The Supreme Court had that extension could be granted in rare and exceptional cases for a short period of time. However, they made it clear that no further extension was be granted to Mr. Mishra. The ordinances were challenged for conferring unfettered discussion on the union over the appointment and tenure of the directors of CBI and ED, and therefore allegedly comprising the independence of investigative bodies. What are the legal provisions? If you say ordinances, the law that promulgated by President of India on the recommendation of Union Cabinet is known as ordinances. An ordinance can be promulgated at the time when Parliament is not in session. The ordinances making power of the President is provided under Article 123 of the Constitution of India 1950. Article 123, power of President to promulgate ordinances during recess of Parliament. If at any time except when both houses of Parliament are in session, the President is satisfied that circumstances which exist which render the necessary to him to take immediate action, he may promulgate such ordinances such as the circumstances appear to him to require. An ordinance promulgated under this article shall have the same force and effect as Act of Parliament, but every such ordinance shall be laid before both houses of Parliament and shall cease to operate at the expiration of 6 weeks from the recess the Assembly of Parliament, or if before the expiration of that period resolutions disapproving are passed by both houses upon the passing the second of those resolutions, and may be withdrawn at any time by President, where the House of Parliament are summoned to reassemble on the different dates. The period of 6 weeks shall be reckoned from the later of those dates. For the purpose of this clause, if and so far as an ordinance under the article make any provision which Parliament would not under the Constitution be contempt to enact it shall be void. The 7th schedule of the Constitution provides subjects on which Centre can make laws under the Union list and concurrent list. Delhi Special Establishment Act 1946. An act to make provisions for the constitution of a special police force in Delhi for the investigation of certain offences in the union territories, for the superintendence and administration of the said force, and for the extension to other areas of power and jurisdiction of members of the said force. Central Vigilance Commission Act 2003. Established in 1964, CVC is an apex Indian governmental body which addresses the issue of governmental corruption. In 2003, the Parliament enacted the law, a law conferring statutory status on CVC. It is an independent body which is only responsible to Parliament. It has its own secretariat, chief technical examiner wing, and wing of commissioners for department inquiries, Central Bureau of Investigation. CBI was set up in 1963 by a resolution of Ministry of Home Affairs, or CBI at present is under the administrative control of Department of Personnel and Training (DOPT) of the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions. If we conclude that Supreme Court upheld the Central Vigilance Commission Amendment Act 2021 and Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 2021, which allow the union extend the tenure of CBI and ED directors, the bench held that the extensions granted to Sanjay Kumar Mishra were illegal and contrary to its 2021